heaven that works to benefit itself is called idolatry. The name, that all the difference that is called that he wants to do is a lie. He cannot subdue him everywhere because he goes is called the aspect of Israel that he wants to reach a level, time that a person wants to work in the aspect of Israel. Work in the tin is about to be destroyed. He decided to sit in the aspect of Israel. It was the aspect of Israel. He looks at the deeds that he does, believing that for the sake of the world and the work of the world, and for the reward of the world to come, it is easy to do good deeds. It was not against the evil inclination. What is not here now that he wants to move to? Just permission, which is the permission of the Holy One. Blessed be he. So the desire to receive the evil inclination is the question of evil that asks what it is that you want to move to not benefit yourselves. It is found that then a person needs help can come out, not another advice, but I created the evil inclination. It is found that you are the real time that will help him get out of the control of the inclination. What a person needs to prepare himself for the Torah, and it is impossible to be fulfilled, and it is similar. If a person has a friend, while he is having a meal that he is preparing himself, he will certainly tell him, can you not? Otherwise, he should have the Torah at all. We call it a vessel, that the Torah will fill this vessel, and it is used specifically to work for the sake of which he has an objection. What is this work? A person believes in the belief of the sages, the person who says only that they want to be like Israel, who is upright as teachers who are oppressed by evil. Then they have the oppression of the Torah, and in what is said, it is understood what the sages said, did not do for everyone, not for the sake of them, because it is work that is to live without a desire for Israel. Only Israel, who oppresses for the benefit of God, needs, because the light in it returns, meaning that it is possible to overcome the Torah to interpret what the Torah has done, but in understanding what it has on the path of what they said, meaning that the Torah is not without a vessel, there is no fulfillment without. So they said, these are people who want the desire to do everything for the sake of heaven, which they cannot. The Holy One, blessed be he, said, I created them. Yes, in those people who want to be a shadow, you want to be a house of permission, that is, the permission of man will remain for them the good and punishment. They receive their Torah with them, a spice that will be a spice and a need. It is not clear why it is forbidden to learn that someone's intention in the work that was imposed on us to benefit himself, the Torah, is for the desire to eliminate it for him. I created the desire. My creation wants to work to benefit itself, idolatry. So, if you study Torah with him in the selection, you need to prepare for receiving the Torah. The Torah and the commandments are given because the Torah is an impression from the article, where Creator is the engineer. He is the one who prepared a plan for us, called Torah and commandments. We need to follow his plan to build ourselves correctly so that the world will exist. And in this we pay the price. For me, it is to do what you want, your own permission. As if a person thinks that you need to move to a situation where you need to prepare the tool. As it is written, a person needs to prepare. It is important, like me, here, that only those who want to be considered Israel need to cancel themselves with the four. We learn that there is a counterweight. We have to bring the tool to a level. There are situations where you need to go through many steps. His name, which feels like you are a force that overcomes the correction. The corrections by the Torah, then the Torah. For him is an infinite fulfillment. That is all. So the status is called later, and then the Torah is a benefit. I don't even mean yes. So the device called Torah is my brunation and my scolding. Yes. Therefore all human actions are parts that you have received. Ask if I'm talking about lights. Then why doesn't it say that we study after it is found of the light that acts from the mouth, and together with the mouth death, limitation, and still it is full of light in the presence of the Creator, and therefore himself, that he is distinct and found as opposite qualities. That means it is impossible to say about the con of the kingdoms of Agas. From this point of view, they are no longer leading and moving away from the Pitsaran. That means it is actually the created Mrs. G.I. letter 1 EDD. Okay, no set, we had something from a stump, didn't decide, something else we didn't say. Yes, they must be starting to halo Tyler 325. Our concern is our desire in the world, our quest will raise the world to us, gave us opportunities, yes. We know from the participants, people, to connect and raise a prayer to him. And after that, the act is these people who agreed to unite in a group, one who was engaged in the love of friends, who understood the power of love, an article of the sages, whose viewers do not have similar opinions, who agreed to unite in this way, who understand the necessity of working in the love of others. Therefore everyone will be able to unite in this way. Active workshop. How will we increase our efforts in the days that were monitored until the conference? How will we increase our efforts? The conference. And here is the address of the conference. Yes, we will really be in prayer all the time until the conference. We will simply commit to a very special, most special debt in the world. Israel. One of the powers of the name. Not how do we become like that? How do we make the demand? Yes. We need to make an effort as much as possible to be together, to curse with the question, how do we make peace with the Creator, in an effort to connect with the Creator? How? Aman. Friends, dear brothers, in the first part we will learn 2003 Karachav 7. What is it that is a label? What is it that is proud? The Holy One is blessed. The sage has said that every person who has a coarseness in him is not in the world, as it is said, I'm not a man in the world, as it is said, do not call him a man except with him. And, on the walls of the fortress of David, eyes and heart, means proud and heart. He can live with him in the world, and on pride, he cannot live with him. And likewise, who has coarseness in him, it must be understood that man is the greatness of God himself. God needs man to be in a measure that is generally hard. But for what need of work do we all work? That is, for a need that we will know to our ears. We need to have our perfection. For this purpose, the purpose of creation, we learned that it is a will that is happy in the world. They did not reach it. However, the question is, since the Creator created the creatures in order and in a hurry in their poverty, yes, according to this, there is a will on the part of those who receive, and there is no follow-up that they are not, except in another Torah, which also means that man is entitled to receive this language of human beings. It comes out 100 times, and one other time that did not say, not for the sake of goodness and pleasure. If so, the question is asked here, of course, that the Creator in the creatures receives this desire to change. What is the reason that they do not receive? The answer is known that in order to be by this, a new thing that the Creator created to receive for himself. That is to say, although from the Creator's side it is not done, it is connected in the worlds on the lower to receive the good that hinders the Creator. The creatures need to speak of what is here from the house of travellers. Among them is that the Creator, the abundance that is occupied in the filth of their shaft, and the essence of the reduction, and the ester of the heart, which are the reason for the cancellation of the permission in the Creator, which is called, namely, the acceptance of the Creator. What is the hindrance from receiving the good? Is only our permission. First, that which a person wants to receive. Like all that a person has, everything that there is, that he feels, but not the other way around. We would say to a person, everything that your soul, but first give me your soul. The person asks who you are. If not, he will have their ability to work, which the Tal said, and this is a different language, and Rabbi Alexandria in the Bible, before you, 7, that the filth that wrote, which means that you should give another prayer, which you have not yet put into practice. Then they revealed to him from above what the filth is. That is to say, the prayer that a person thinks he lacks, which is, on my hand, and this is his tongue two-faced, with you. What his hand is, we see that he is humble from the depths of his heart, because it is known as a work that the person prays. This situation is a public messenger, that the person is a special messenger, that the person has learned to ask the Lord, and in this it must be interpreted. There are words of prayer that he wants for us. He does not let us come to receive the good, and the aver to receive advice. Permission of the Holy One, blessed be he, the kingdom of the will, and not and the kingdom of holiness, meaning, and this is his tongue, examining the supremacy, the fear of our King, making this good easy. You will receive only with honour, and in this control, every holy passage will come out, that only in this kingdom that she gave, control that will not be found. When he continues to receive a guardian, there is only one permission here, called the permission of the only one to know what is forbidden to him, the one who prayed, the true kingdom, the kingdom that he reaches. He must reach, he must pray for this, overcoming the power of a person, overcoming, helping, with the hands of a person to come out. This is born, man and only man, and this is called the Exodus. That only the Lord himself will bring us out, not by me, but by the Holy One, and the interpretation is as follows. Since the Creator receives, cannot give, that it is forbidden to bestow, we see that it must be examined. The worlds of their tools themselves are people who have nothing, are called in the sense of a greater than they do, not have that they do. Observe the Torah and the commandments of the commandments, not in terms of the nations of the holy world on a verse. That everything they do only means that all good is called in the sense of deeds that affect itself. It is called an animal, which is in the sense of the female that receives that which is there. What is not so kingdom that is in them, where such an animal, and as brings in the introduction to the test, and this is to the slope and even the Torah, in the words of the Holy Zohar are, because the one who can store an animal of being that they are already engaged in the Torah and the commandments, not to the Shema. This is in the sense of a man in a man, that is, those who work for the sake of, they are called, as it is written, Shimon Baruch, the words of Achium, that we believe in the ever. This must be interpreted as this on the basis of the Gemara. What is it? Because this whole world was created. The God came down who said was not created for this but it must be understood why it was not created. But Chazal said, no, and now that we have been cleared up how something that the Creator of was that was more, and that it can be said that the Creator to the end and from everywhere created it, if so, no, and the other interpreters who interpreted Morris to interpret Noach for the world for him, meaning he wants to do that, he will not waste his time. Why not keep that it is possible to receive good in every influence, while then he thinks the name, all the thoughts of man. You are the whole purpose of the bar. Now you want to receive good, which is not to hear but to benefit yourself. On this tool, it will not reach, there is no man found there, meaning without the lumen that was created, and this is not because we were not created, and in this we must interpret what he asked to say about actions better. The act of creating man, the act of creating man. We have permission over the actions, and we also asked, what is the interpretation now that he was created? He will search, meaning his need. It was given to us. Therefore, first of all, they let us understand that man was in the world, meaning for him it would have been better if the Creator had not created the matter of doing, meaning the tools, on the desire to receive, that man would be capable of receiving the good. And this is what is written. And now that you will search in all the action fat to bestow, and in this we will understand what we asked. It is known that matter is a connector in a dividing way. Therefore whoever does not have a sad repentance has fallen. Therefore, Yesikin the Son has a kind that the Created will give him all good, and receive all who are holy and blessed, can live in the world. Rabbi Shimon Baruch, who is a foreigner in him, must work for benefit, and for benefit, and this is called work. And Rabbi Yuchanan says as if he had made atonement mainly, meaning that never. He is a huge worship to him. The tools of influence cannot be used. That heat is a coffee to his brothers. Without tools of influence, they advise himself to cancel the permission to create, and in this we will understand Why is not enough? What gives us this here that we humble ourselves? We have nothing. But this we do not need to ask the Lord to do. Think ourselves that we, and my husband, that we understand to do. Us are afraid because of the Spirit. And if we understand in the tractate, we do deeds, and finally we see when it comes we enter that we want to deliver what he will give, as it is, and he will soon want to the Lord, in that the Lord will dare in time, and says that there is no one in him who does the light of the known pleasure. He dresses in the chance of honour in these lives, that seemingly some kind of belonging to the extent that the matter is great, while the man, regarding the Lord the permission, this is the reason for himself that the man despises, is we will be honoured, and move on to the lesson with the rabbi from the 4th to the 3rd of 2019. We heard an article from Tractate Sotarter from S.H. Bibelkar, according to the long tractate lemma, and it comes only to an unpleasant situation in the lack of pleasures in hiding, and only to be honoured, to hear what happens. It is convenient for a person who was not created to accept that it is comfortable, not because he himself is not in our name at all. We begin the work that knows that he received with the intention. We will receive with the intention. If he does not have this struggle, it is not called work. It is not called being in the struggle, and knowing that we need to go through, that it is comfortable, and begins to understand that it is impossible to otherwise reach the hearing of the qualities immediately from taking. We're Levites, without free choice, the permission of the Creator, but then there is in him, and it is necessary from the Creator that, in terms of independence, like every opposite nature, he does the Lord. So we can say that then he is these to be and to understand and to do, and that this is what stands itself. That will, forever. And if it is something in order for the bestowal, the real as the Creator, this is the way, and the light that sheds on Mop to the extent that his nature and asks that he take care of it, the necessity in the heart in place in order to receive intention, and this is the whole process called. But when a creature fumbles at this threshold, we all need to gather together, just for the purpose of actually cutting through to get over it in order to get what the curve is like. Are there any questions? What is this? That is back to a person's servant, to the point that he will understand that he is, by what he really is. Tendencies are lamentation, lust, and respect, from that which is within a person's desire to receive. In his development he sees every time, on the will, the intention with the intention to truly influence, and then he bows down to what the ignorant situations in her heart, in order to influence, but is unable. But more these details inside begin to be more necessary. All his life with life, not some kind of approach to all cases in life. Right attitude. Do not give to the ignorant really with there is in it a prayer before the prayer, that he will have the right. Later comes that his will come, affects him so that he receives an intention with the intention to influence, that we hats the pointer. And this is the sweet state that in the knowledge of the intention of another it is, yes, he writes that Jean is the rash and a thing. So I can think that it would be better not to see it like this. I see that there is something good in it. I suffer that it is good to arrive. So I have to be a pleasure mod question that there is in the world. There is a good old age. Bad that I see people, let's say not much more. So I want to cancel them that I saw now. I give on the contrary. Enjoy others. Not to I will be silent, but to see. So I already have a mood. What he wants, the goal requires him, and it could be that he wants to destroy the what he sees, because rest is more important to him. Not so much that he wants to go out what we want at all. What we imagine. You see everyone half a year. Now what will be the rapture, or is it all? Depends on the previous preparation. Preparation should be in society some kind of idea. What a sign of a goal. Really like this is good area. We will share impressions from the lesson, and what is from it we, and respect the good. What is my intention, friend and creator, develops in a person in all cases correct attitude to this situation. If he does not do this work, if we did not treat Man would have been created for the name, and then we know for the name I was. Very impressed now by what the rabbi spoke about the necessity. Really possible it is better not to rouse jealousy, and not to make me move. Things that teach precisely the torment that you mentioned there is torment in order to move it is possible for it. Within the will should be the prayer that a person prays for what he will. Send for that the prayer that is asked for their vaccinations. For us the vaccine rest that pride is honor, and the rabbi added that pride is a general name for us that we do not choose. We bring the person's tendencies, the desire to receive and your honor, the desire to receive of a person. Jealousy, in development, sees all the salvation on the desire, to use the desire from the ignorant that the Creator does. Yes, the matter really needs to think about how we work with the three qualities. The friends, in the help, how can we be able to, within the desire to receive ours, and want equally that these references to the level, towards the attribute of our influence. This section is really strong. Nothing is the same. Indeed, we say that we are not capable, and then we are this. The rabbi says that it is not some kind of trade. That asks him that there is also honor. Honor. We want to resemble the Creator. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson, and before that we will sing together a psalm from all the nations. You loved us and desired us and exalted us from all the tongues. You loved us and desired us and exalted us from all the tongues. You have made us strong in your commandments. In your commandments, we are your king for your works, and your great name is great and holy over us. You have chosen us from all the nations. You loved us and desired us and exalted us from all the tongues. You have loved us, and you desired us, and our words from all languages, and sanctified us with your commandments. With your commandments we drew near our King to serve you in your great name, great and holy, upon us cut, and your great name great and holy, upon us cut. Tiletry 40 Tiletry 14 from A. Lesson with the Rabbish called from an inner 18 or A. Word that begins, not that returned, and went out from there the light reached, and before that we read together in the Talmud 10 the Sefer reality from Tiletry 15 Tiletry 30 Tiletry 15 Tiletry 30 Tiletry 15 Tiletry 32 Tiletry 19. If he has the power of the screen, then I accept again, and this is that which rests in the details, much internal, learned. I want to say it may be that there is as one that could all be rude. Learn the tools, then a cord charred from the surface. You say the power demon received their wave their thing their fruit that is garlic, and we are all my strength in this miracle, in that all the way from our healers them I will also send. Some name is found Saturday, and we will be happy when he learned in the field from the 8 gives wisdom the turn. Who remains? I say the most. And I say new examination. We will pass you the next part of the lesson. Let's go to the next part of the lesson. Dear friends, we are so excited already. Last Shabbat like this, to go inside and inside. We did everything we always do before a conference. We prepared the logistics and the Torah, and everyone already knows what David has said so far, but always in the last week. Warming the heart, softening the heart to soften the heart to soften the heart, specifically at the conference from being our inner. I am that, inner that. We can understand this, let's see and listen well better and better every day, that we are either preparations, but without us we still have to prepare the hearts. One who comes to the conference is aware of this. They awaken that it is very important. Technically, it is not right, but not really a matter. We open the heart of one there, we will feel in this connection. 2 weeks we have an opportunity, but everyone's desire, and let's be one, and one we will not miss to open the heart. Preparations true, but such in our hearts, and everyone together is it still what we lack to reach the heart with all, because we will try. We need to prepare the hearts. One and one who comes to the conference is aware of this. We are not awakening others. It is very important. Technically, it doesn't matter all these things are not really a matter of interest. We'll open this one. We have 2 more weeks. How do we do this? We have an opportunity, but seriously, yes, so chronologically, we have 5 more days until he stops for a moment and asks himself, am I ready to convene? Their hearts so that they and I will be ready to convene. So we want to go to the workshop and generally bless this concept from the series, What Are the Hearts? How do we do it? And we see that we are trying to connect, so sometimes the same desire to accept that closes us, and we need to, towards our friends, that we can soften our hard heart in the article I that. This pride that is in the respect of the negatives too. Create that I can't at work. First of all, understand that our right situation, where our heart is open, all the friends who want to embrace all the friends, and also all the friends all, really, open it. Because the right situation, that needs to be softened is the being, that naturally the heart opens, and it's not like that the best way is not to disagree with our heart to stay like that. Use we have now that we have very, very great power, and that, not for that to open anymore. Now that use it to be placed that we come to give effort and it's not enough for us to feel. As we read today in the article, we are first of all on the tools to soften the heart. It means that I need to take actions towards my friends. From the I that I can invest them and thinking about them. Each one within him there should be an action fortresses. Connect slowly to slowly. Gifts to his friend so his heart of stone from this time really. All these tips of yours and ready so yes it is to see a different picture. I said to him this is a correction of Babylon. We are sitting at the focus table with their tithes. There are tables here from all over the world. Through joy so suddenly the heart see at the departures that they have done. So it is in practice first of all to cancel towards the friends, and actually accurate through the cancellation. And from this that, behind all friendships, we have the pride not as it was written in the article, that causes all the damage, that the creator we have gone away, and we actually want it to be straight in. And this is what we need to measure with us. Not to let it escape, not to let pride go to the sea. Good friends, so, as we know every conference of ours, into 2 layers that we are waves, and prepare the necessary food, and, yes, bring us to a place that are prone to be blackened. Outside, and precisely enter, outside full, can see us, touch the delicacy that exists between the external actions of how we can actually make the transition, externally, to the attack the hearts that I am, because we, and some of us, and also as soon as we are on the plane we add appeals to all the actions complete in externality. We are now in the days of the year flu, the strongest environment. We need, as we call today, to reveal our personalities alone to bear what distinguishes it is the intention that we attach ourselves to. We now speak from as it is important that the Creator is. We need to be in Shiloh to Him. We transfer all the means to awaken the connection, action and deed to the inner. Yes, it seems to me that the issue is how we turn this from what comes to mind, this joy I am, beyond the mind I am bypassing, and I am trying to reach this. I will express this. Joy is of influencing. Our conference is called We Connect in the Assyrian. Friends from the World Tool, and really a very great force. We prepare our work. We use it precisely to find and not. From all the celebration, our work, maybe they can sweep us away, all kinds of things that are important to us at the conference. Ultimately, progress should come in the city that we are now sharing in the workshop. How are we actually working more internally? This is to be the goal of all this. Yes, if we are stuck, he explains to me from the Kabbalah exactly how to build the internal. How do we get through this? We need to get used to the truth. Until the conference and after the conference, it also becomes more and more clear that there is a great part of the story here. We have 2 more weeks to prepare for this. Work on me, in the heart of each and every one who has seized the opportunity for 25 years. Surely, before the great one, we can. One needs to ask what we didn't do then that we missed. No question. How are we among us? First of all, anxiety exists. Anxiety is a lot. A lot. It's all on the horizon. Talk about it and ask the whys to help us. Anxiety is a hard word, maybe a bad word, but this is what will lead to anxiety I'm experiencing here. I really see that I have no ability. I have no ability to create this anxiety for the Creator to open. First of all, we need to understand what it is. Take advantage of the opportunity to reach the final correction. Believers 100% in our many. We find our place in how we develop. The place where we really are. We need to close the gap and see that we will reach the conference with which we come with such an uncompromising demand. All of us. The opportunity and to push ourselves that we don't know. Now we have this. There is all the tension and all the forces, and the more we are with each other, the more we can now be lukewarm to such a degree, not agree to be lukewarm, to remain in a serious blow of reaching connection and demand. We learned this week in one of the lessons that indicated that he was drawn to an outside force, that is, himself. So this is the classic situation. This is the situation. It is precisely from a feeling here, the understanding, that force will not advance us. We need to give examples of what we learned earlier, instilling love and respect, to see how we really enter all the 10. I also won't be able to hold them, to really find internals. But we need to give emphasis with his experience and gather to look at our friends at the upcoming conference. All kinds of friends, a friend, and to hang on. We are moving forward this week with the Rabbi in my framework. The opportunity at the conference. We all feel that we are before a great gathering. Before we are. I feel that we are in very special, and we cannot allow ourselves to miss exactly what I thought. How not to miss exactly what I thought. How to miss to be with, to race them with one hug, with everyone, and then see the results. See, Rabbi, what is this action that the one hugs everyone? How do you do? Well, I can draw how it feels. You want you, both with your hands and in your heart, and hug everyone with this one heat wave, warm wave, and in this hug that happens, you need to feel some kind of, or is it just what you want in, and so warm up, love for friends, where the Creator in this hug, he fills the hug, he hugs, we make the connection, and he wants to fall off the friends. We need to think like this. Need the Rabbi and the Rabbi, said Ben Itter, I feel together, and then we see this of hugs end to what result? How? 6 minutes. Or there is I think 3 results. 1 in the rich devotion to the Creator that is felt within the 10 deep connection, and connection A can really defeat the evil inclination of each of us. Really. Second goal, that in general we arrive all the time in the whole group. One woman who'd connected from the light of love. The last expectation is what Rabbi said, that we are from water to reach all. This light will come and by the whole miracle completely after the yes we expect. As the Lord said, now in the conversation you open your hands. You are one heat to reach a state where we can open our hands and embrace the Creator's place among us. The result of the conference should be that we are with him. We need a greater feeling of connection between the friends. In the end, we should also direct the goal at the beginning to such an opportunity. The goal is connection. To connect, and what does that mean? You feel the others in this matter of their embrace. How do we gain control of our hearts? Everyone gains control over their own heart, able to direct his heart to guide the friends to the love of life. Simply we begin to live clearly outside ourselves, and begin and wander in this connection that we become the spring of the ladder, says the ladder of the conference. It connects in its 10,000 cling to the Creator. Yes, and want and long for the prisoner to really enter the Rabbi expects her, Kabbalists expect her, among us, about us now, and do not leave the connections to the bar. What we want is to get out. I think I'm a science, to rise to a new level of work, to pray like this for the Lord, and see all the situations as if they actually push strength and give strength to rest us. No. Yes, friends, we talked about how not to miss the as really and the praises of this class. To miss now, we need another heart passage conference, all kinds, that we have a lot of illusions. During a friends meeting, We have the past, we have plots that we are like this in. All friends very want you not to control us from the type of he's from the goal. What we just talked about we asked us to know or our challenges. We all want to smile and is able. With us, is able to a certain language that the person to be a servant to society becomes, and this limit we also have experience from the past in the Messiah and T. Instead of sitting and listening to a clay that makes noise and disturbs. We really want to achieve the goal that we are. Things that are not these are the things that we decided that in the upcoming conference. Also, one like this, a small glass of moist base, and we drank and we would like to be clean, we would like to add. I don't remember how many months ago there were conferences in all the rabbis of the world. When a friend spoke at the conference, there was no name that moved. And all the time I have a prayer that we will rise to such a level we will all drink the one who joined us in a huge fear of the Holy One, that really on the other hand we all know the beings in no matter what in the evening culture at the end of the day a place on the side of the world this and something that causes a disturbance, and you say do things, my son, worry and pray that we all really don't take attention to ourselves in a situation to put our hearts to gather us for ease. It is not spiritual foreign things that come to us to embrace that we may be healed, that Hashem will help us enter this place. Yes, in the clip that we saw that really touched the heart of the rabbi, so he says we didn't come to do as so many people have invested and are investing. We have a responsibility towards each other. We have what expects us to places that are normal according to the culture in general, the boundaries inside, that the environment requires us to have a conference and not just to read a part with him to contribute to the spell. This is what we are, the first to live together, try to help each other and to each other. The Creator will help. Friends, and now we actually want to hear ideas. This also agrees in the system of guarantees, one on the other, in thought and in knowledge. Connection in the Creator again. Sunday, each one has some idea, concentrated on the goal that will stick in the come immediately sign. From there, yes, Oren, yes. First of all, I really thank you for the idea, the whole thing. They removed the obstacle inside towards how we, his interest, we pledged not to be his. It can be at the conference about ourselves. Returning to the series, we are not on the phone. Thank you very much. This is a challenge, a very big challenge. He gave something for a period of time, so he knew that he was on the side of a loner. Ask friends. The most important thing is that the Creator himself helped my world glue that raised us to the level that he would want us to see. Yes, it's even better. We can also leave it as a topic for us to think about. To protect each other from the blood, we will feel that everything is one. In this spiritual structure, we need to talk to ourselves. In the dishes we eat. Also, through the internet, I received a lot. All our friends. There's nothing to do. My mouth is in the air. But I also talk about the series. It is ours, those who do not have it. And we are anxious to see a division into deeds. A division into deeds. For many, for hundreds. To God, we approach each other and connect with the real one. All of us. Only in a spiritual way. Yes. Then we will continue. My beloved friends, to gather the pieces. I will rejoice in the Lord. The Sola. The Lord in my life. So he said to him, I will greatly rejoice. I will be happy in the name of the orphans. The orphans. The sinners from the land. The orphans. The sinners from the land. My sins from the land. There are still the knees of the soul of the Lord. Hallelujah. The sinners from the land. And the names of the cries of my soul. The Lord. Hallelujah. I am here, I am already Zara. Har and I will look at the holy God, and may peace be made. May peace be made. Peace be upon us and upon all Israel. He will make peace, he will make peace, peace upon us all Israel. He will make peace, he will make peace, peace upon us all Israel. Peace with he will make peace upon us all Israel. He will come making peace. He will make peace upon us all Israel. Amen. Bini Baruch, Kabbalist meal. Bini Baruch. Shabbat conference, after class. we opened our hearts. Later, and it's just miracles and wonders. It's about a guy in our sun. There's some quote here. And let's come together ourselves in the rich, so that we will work so that we are within the Creator. TN. The rich, even if you are wrong, the Creator will correct the Creator. No matter what, every moment the Creator speaks to you. Hear friends who have started to arrive. Very, very big.